Hello, you're welcome to a new series, Business Lessons from the Bible. The Bible is not just a religious book, it's a manual for life. Basic information before leaving Earth is the most effective book we need on earth. All through this series, we'll be sharing tips and principles from the Bible that can help enhance our businesses. Stay through and you will be glad you did. Hello, you're welcome back to one of our episodes on our series, Business Lessons from the Bible. Today we'll be taking it deeper on effective leadership, how effective leadership multiplies your results. So today we'll be reading from John 6 verse 7 to 14. He actually talked about how the fathers, when Jesus was faced with having to deal with 5,000 people who had just listened to them and there was a need for them to be fed, and they got to realize that a little lad in their midst had some bread and fish, and there was need for Jesus to feed the disciples. In verse 10, he said, "Then Jesus made the people sit down. Now there was much grass in the place, so the men sat down in number about 5,000. And Jesus took the loaves, then he had given thanks, he distributed them to his disciples, and the disciples to those sitting down, and likewise of the fish as much as they wanted. So when they were filled, he said to the disciples, gather up the fragments." See what Jesus did. When you read that story tomorrow, years after, you keep emphasizing the fact that Jesus multiplied the bread. But the truth of the matter is that the bread multiplied in the hands of the disciples. Your business is going to skyrocket. Your business is going to go farther than it can go when you're doing it alone, as opposed to when you provide effective leadership to a people. The multiplication of any business is hanging on the capacity of the people you're working with, and it's your responsibility as a leader to develop the capacity of your people. Miles Moreau will tell you one of the primary functions of a leader is to work himself or herself out of the office. So building others to take over from you. So Jesus delegated the sharing of the bread to his disciples. The multiplication happened in their hands. So when you delegate right, you extend your powers, you extend your result. Delegation gives you access to the mental, physical, and emotional powers of your team, both their spiritual energy. Once you delegate, I think in one of these videos we talked about delegation in the past, so you may want to do well to go listen or watch that video. So now I'll just share a few tips, action steps that we must follow. First, you must choose to be a leader. A lot of these things, sometimes we think they just fall on us because of position. No, there are concrete decision making in all of this process. You must decide to be a leader. Once you decide to be a leader, you know your role is to create other leaders, because the fundamental responsibility of a leader is to create other leaders. Then as a leader, you must be able to see solutions where others are seeing challenges. And love, we say every challenge is a business. Every problem is a business, because the core reason for business is to fix the frictions in the market, and frictions are challenges. So where others are seeing challenges, you as a leader must be seeing solutions, must be seeing opportunities. Then you must invest in other leaders as a strategy, as an intentional and a deliberate strategy to expanding and building the future of your business. This is not something you leave to chances. You must have a leadership development system in place in your work. Then it's only when you do this that you are able to multiply your impact. And as African businesses, will be able to look up to you as one of those businesses that have transcended you and lived longer than your existence. Thank you for watching. Let's do this again tomorrow. Shalom.